Have you ever heard of crack, meth, marijuana, or cocaine? These are all drugs we hear about almost daily, but did you know that the world's most popular drug is found in many products we use every day? Caffeine. A good drug, or is it a drug at all? Caffeine has its pros and cons. After researching what caffeine can do to our body, I would like to talk to you today about energy boosts from caffeine. Are energy drinks a good idea, and can you overdo it with how much you consume? The biggest message portrayed now and with anything that has caffeine in it is that you will get the boost that you need for certain activities, such as late night studying, or even for just some everyday activities. It may give you the energy on days that you didn't get much sleep, but it can also cause much more health problems than you realize. This boost that people get from caffeine is the same type of buzz that comes from cocaine or heroin. The lift that you get from caffeine is not as extreme as the buzz that you get from other drugs, but it is strong enough to be considered a drug. Caffeine is addictive, but it is not illegal and not as addictive as other illegal drugs. After a while, using caffeine for an energy boost may end up not giving you the same kick that you got the first while you used it. This may lead you to look for stronger forms, or worse, combine it with other substances that could be lethal when used together. It is common knowledge to know what happens when you overdose on major drugs like cocaine and meth. But what about caffeine? Is there even a risk? Jabasa, on an online posting of Is Caffeine Poisonous? November of 2009, stated, "One drop of pure 100% caffeine will kill you. Caffeine works very much like cocaine, only much weaker." End of his quote. Generally speaking, whenever we have caffeine, it is mixed in another substance such as coffee or chocolate. Caffeine comes in a powder form, but if it were to be 100% concentrate, it would result in death. Since we don't have the pure form, people consume large amounts of caffeine, which lead to major health problems. The backlash of having too much caffeine is it can affect your sleep patterns and lead to sleep deprivation, which will eventually make you less alert throughout the remainder of your next day. Everyone has seen the advertisements. If you need energy and you need an energy drink, or do you? Is that the best way to get energy? One question that arises when we think of energy drinks is, are they worse than coffee? That all depends on the quantity. If you are drinking about the same amount of brewed coffee as an energy drink per day, the amount of caffeine you consume is about the same. Some of the energy drinks on the market have a higher percentage of caffeine. In addition, they are filled with more sugars, taurine, and other things that have a negative effect on your body over time. The main question that arises is, are energy drinks true to their name? Do they give you energy? The answer to that question is no. When you drink coffee, tea, or other beverages like that, do you usually feel like you can stay awake for a long time, right? Well, that is one of the side effects to caffeine. Just like Kathy Wong says in the article Energy Drinks on About.com in June of 2006, the quote, "Another problem with energy drinks is, unlike hot coffee or tea, which is sipped slowly, it's common for the typical energy drink consumer to drink large amounts quickly." End quote. Because most people drink energy drinks this way, they have their newfound energy right there and really fast. With that mindset of having all of the energy quickly, they think that it will last for a really long time. Now you know that you can overdose on caffeine just like any other drug. But if you are drinking a regular amount that is not insanely too much, or there is a limit should allow. On Canada.com, an article called Caffeine, it states, it is difficult to link precise intake levels to caffeine to specific health effects because tolerance to caffeine differs widely from person to person. For healthy adults, a small amount of caffeine may have positive effects, such as increased alertness or ability to concentrate. However, some people are more sensitive to caffeine. For them, a small amount can cause insomnia, headaches, irritability, and nervousness." End quote. Most people don't realize that taking medication and consuming caffeine can be extremely harmful to your health. Caffeine is a diuretic, which makes you have to urinate more often, so the caffeine buzz wears off quicker. Caffeine is used for the boost that people need in whatever they're doing. You can get a tremendous amount of caffeine through energy drinks, but you must realize that there is a limit on how much you can have before it starts to negatively affect you. Caffeine can be a good thing as long as it is limited in the right ways.